All right, good evening, colleagues. I've got Emirates Lions head coach Ivan van Rooyen and captain Nico Steyn. We've got 10 minutes for the session, guys. If we can start as soon as we can. I don't if we can raise our hands just to make it go quicker so we can have a bit of order. Okay, we'll kick off with Jan.
There we go. Okay. Sorry, I was gonna. Okay.
You
Can
ready
you
for
guys
us,
hear me?
Jan? Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
can. You can
Okay.
go.
Sorry. For a minute, it looked like my mic didn't go on. Even maybe if you're going to start with you, it's a third loss in a row. It's also the third time you lose to these guys. It seems to be a theme, and maybe I'm being a bit harsh here, but the game drivers are the ones that's making the poor decisions. The guys the senior guys you're supposed to rely on. Do you get the same feeling, or am I overly harsh here?
Hello, Jan. Yeah, I think it's a combination of a couple of things. Decision making under pressure is an area of growth that I mean we've spoken about it quite a bit the last while. Execution of positional skill, probably tonight also not good enough. I mean we get an exit line out, we lose the ball, they score. Even though the wind was tough and the conditions was tough, if you don't catch the receiving kickoff, then you're under pressure again. Second half, I think we've probably lost about every contestable kick that they kicked on us for the second half. So under that circumstances, then decision making is more difficult. But yeah, to sum it up quickly, I mean I think we made something like 30 errors. You can never think you're going to win a game if you make about 30 errors.
Yeah. As a follow-up to that, where does it leave you in this campaign? Obviously, you lost a couple in the URC as well, but in this campaign particularly, where you only got 4 games, not even getting a bonus point, where does it leave you in this competition?
Yeah, it obviously puts a big emphasis on power next weekend. I'm at home. We are only arriving Tuesday, so we knew from the beginning we're going to have to use the squad for both fixtures, coming from -2 or 3 or whatever it is to 35, 36. We can't expect the same group to fly here to Europe and fly back and try and get the best performance out of the same 25 guys. I think that's part of the disappointment tonight. Is a lot of guys got opportunity, but not to. And I told them before the game, it's not to see if they're good enough, as we know they're good enough, but it's to perform at the stage and under the pressure. No, competition important for us. We wanted to get off to a good start. Obviously, we didn't, so that makes PAL massive. And then next year it makes Montpellier away and Dragons at back home non-negotiables.
Yeah. And finally, from me, Nico, if you can tell us the players, the feeling in the camp. Obviously, it's disappointment. I mean, nobody ever plays to lose, but generally, how does the camp feel after a performance like that, or after a result like that?
Yeah, hello Jan. So obviously the feeling is not great. Any losses will never be a good feeling. So yeah, I mean the result speaks for itself. So the only thing we can do now is to look ahead, fix our mistakes. There is a lot to work on. So yeah, the camp is not good, but we'll pick it up.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jan. Let's move on to Ati, guys, and then we'll move on to Ross.
Thanks, Bassam. Kesh, just looking at this game, you played a lot of young players, and also again in terms of the depth building, and also again just looking in terms of how you can grow the team. How important was this game, and also just highlighting, how competitive the Lions can be in the Challenge Cup and also the URC.
Yeah, thanks, Ati. I think it's a great question. If you look at someone like Eric Cronje, he got an opportunity last year against Montpellier and Perpignan, and he shot lights out, and he's constantly in our 23, starting constantly. So if you talk about opportunity, and we made it pretty clear, and everyone knows that we're never going to pick a team just to fill numbers. We always pick a team that we think can beat the opponent that we play against. With the amount of youngsters, it's great to see. First off, if you're not emotional about the result, it's great to see Asia, Arif, under 21 props getting an opportunity playing on this level away from home. big lessons every game, but big lessons learned on them tonight. Then Izan hasn't played in a while, coming back, another youngster. So in terms of youngsters, opportunity, experience, that's our system. We know that we back from inside and we pick from inside. So you have to pick them and they have to play, which is good. Obviously not happy with the result, but in terms of bigger picture, if you look development and exposure, it's worthwhile.
And then just on the sort of like the competitiveness of the team, how do you see the Lions sort of being competitive in the URC where you're chasing a playoff spot, and also the Challenge Cup, whereby I think a trophy can be won?
Yeah, we believe we've got a squad to compete in both. We believe we've got a squad that is hungry to reach playoffs in both. I think we've played 5 out of our 7 games was away from home. So we're keen to get going back home. Then Stormers away again. Then it's the next year with Montpellier away again. So we knew from the beginning the first half of our season is 80% of all the games is going to be away, which is the challenge in itself. But I mean that's the draw. So you got to find solutions in that. But no, we're excited of where we are squad wise in terms of opportunity and challenging for positions. Just got to get the consistency up.
Thanks, Cash. Thanks, Pastor.
Thanks, Adi. Guys, we are a bit tight on time, so Ross, we'll give you an opportunity and we'll take one more after that and we'll close.
Thanks, Randy. So how's it, guys? How's it, Cash?
How's it, Ross?
Nico?
Hello.
Cash, obviously, it was a pretty decent first half. A couple of kicks go over and you could have gone in level pegging. So the guys must have been pretty hyped about that. And then what sort of went wrong coming out for the second half? I think those 2 tries almost like deflated, all the good work done in the first half, getting hit bang, bang like that and all of a sudden being 2 scores down.
Yeah, I think it was a really decent first half. We had an opportunity 5 minutes from the line, conceded a penalty with double banking, and from there they pinned us 5 minutes from our try line. We overshot the line out, they scored. So we had the opportunity without even the 1 or 2 kicks from Sam to really go in 14-7 instead of 13-7 the other way around. The second half we could feel with the wind, the short contestable game was tough to challenge at the end of the first half, and then there was a plan going into the second half to not kick long and let them counter. It's also one of their strengths, to counter attack and get running onto us. I think we didn't really execute that plan well enough, and then we conceded, like I say, we conceded two in short succession, and it kind of took the wind out of our sails. And then the last 5 or 6, 7 minutes, you get desperate to score a try or 2. And because we didn't make it so many errors in that last 5, 6, 7 minutes, we actually managed to put some pressure on them and score a try.
And, talking about Sam, it was unfortunate that he got injured in the Currie Cup and he wasn't able to play more of a part there for the guys. You haven't really started Sanele very much this season. So what was the thinking behind giving Sam the starting berth ahead of Sanele instead of maybe bringing him on the second half, and having sort of the cooler head starting?
Yeah, I think, like I said, what's similar to Arif and Esha and them is Sam had an unbelievable Currie Cup debut season for us. He was exceptional in the Under 21 league. A kind of general that can kick the ball well. His distribution is good. His comms and organization is good. So we have to pick him somewhere. We, between Nico and him and Rainy, they all had some good time together in the Currie Cup as well. So we felt that as a combination, they probably were a little bit more settled and had a little bit more prep time together as well. And also the way that we wanted to play, it suited his style. So that's why we backed him to start for us.
Okay, and then Nico, how tough was it sort of for you players quite a few of you had to, fly over suddenly. Maybe not many of them, you guys had been involved in the URC much to date. So how tough was it, to sort of prepare for this game in really difficult conditions and, try get yourself, ready to give Ospreys a big challenge?
Yeah, I think that is a good question. I don't think it's a lack of prep or whatever. I think mentality going into the game, we knew the weather is going to be unpredictable, especially with the storm that hit in Swansea. So we had to move to Scarlets, and arriving here, we didn't know how the weather will be. So yes, it was quite challenging. But however, we had a plan. We had a plan against the wind, with the wind. So, like Coach Cash said, I don't think we executed our plan well. So yeah, that's something we need to work on.
Nico, are you quite enjoying captaining the team? You've done it a couple of times now, and is it a role you're quite relishing taking on?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Thanks, Ross.
Thanks. And then, sorry, just lastly,
One more, Ross.
Nyameso.
We need to go. Yeah,
No
one more.
problem. Cash, just looking ahead to Pau and Stormers, obviously, to finish the year. Firstly, Pau, with them being a French team, you sort of never know what team they're going to bring over. So is that a bit tricky then to prepare for? And also with it having suffered 3 losses in a row, does that sort of add a bit of pressure now onto that Pau game to now sort of pick you guys up, especially ahead of a big one against the Stormers in the URC to finish the year?
Yeah, like I said, Ross, we keen to be back home. I think Pau scored a good victory earlier today. So to be honest with you, we're gonna have, as a team, we're probably only gonna have Thursday as a prep day altogether. So we're gonna put 99.9% of the focus on us. Our training, our plans, our execution, how we want to play, what we want to do, how we going to get better. We can't control what team they're going to send, but we need to get a fair bit better ourselves anyway. So that's going to be our focus as individuals, taking that responsibility, as a group, being more consistent and taking that responsibility, and then obviously playing at home for the last time this year is always special, and for the fans and everyone there, we want to put on a good show.
Thanks very much, Ross. Cash,
Thanks,
Nico,
guys.
thanks for your time. Travel safe, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Colleagues, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye,
Enjoy.
donkey.
Thank you.
Thank you.